and even on the show. Any conversation that surrounds, oh, as the guest is talking, you have to stop the guest so that the guest does not say some things. It's, for me, it's not professional, and I don't do that. If you're a radio host or a TV host, you will understand that. And another thing I need to also say is you cannot use my relationship with you wherever you are to force me to shut down what any guest is saying on the show. That is also not professional. Now, everyone has a right to air out their opinion when they come on the show. That is why at the beginning of the show, the Honest Bunch, you will see every opinion is not, every opinion is shared on this platform is the opinion of the guest, not the opinion of, the show itself. So everyone has the right to their opinion, and also everyone has right of rebuttal. If someone makes an opinion about you, you have a right of rebuttal. You can either come on the show and say, okay, I want to rebut what this person said, or, you find a way to do it. Maybe on any other platform, Instagram, YouTube, wherever. I am not one to, a lot of things has been going on left, right, and center, but I'm going to say this. I am not one to indulge in petty exchanges of words. That's not who I am. It has never been my style, and it will never be my style to drag words with people on social media. I'm not going to do that. Let me now straighten out something. I was not fired from the Honest Bunch. I was never fired from the Honest Bunch. I decided to step away when the attacks became very personal so that the show can go on and stand and, you know, succeed even without me being there. So I was not fired. Beyond being the host of the Honest Bunch, years ago, me and the people at Village, we sat down, came up with this idea of the Honest Bunch. Hence, the show and how we drive it to have gotten to the point where it is arguably the biggest podcast. We came together and formed it. Um, but anyway, even on the show, if you are a TV host or a radio host, you have to understand that sometimes people play devil's advocates. That is my job on the show to play devil's advocate. Husband Material has his own job, is in a tone, they all have their job. My job is to ask the hard questions. That is my job. And it's also my job to make statements that most of una feel they think, but you can't say it. That is my job. And if for nothing, it has encouraged conversation, hard conversations that people don't want to have. And having said all this, all I'm going to say is that it is very, very sad. But anyway, let's just leave that. This is all I want to say about the Honest Bunch. Why this press briefing is based on the criminal or something else online. But I'm going to.
You would see that the first video you would see would be Mr. Nedu, and then you see subsequent videos explaining how you can be a part of and how you can benefit from the Scholarship Foundation. We were in the course of that when we received a message from the partners that in the last 1 week, donations were trickling in, but they were not trickling in the speed they expected. And we made it clear to them that charity in Nigeria is not, if you're using the eyes of the UK or the US, where they're used to charity, where people will just donate money, it's still a growing culture here. And this is a new initiative. We haven't even had the launch So people are going to donate, but they are going to take their time. We need to have the message saturate the industry. They said, okay, they came back a couple of days and said, oh, we're still concerned. We're not seeing what we expect. We're expecting that by now the whole of social media will be on fire. We're like, that's not how it works. It's charity. It's not bad news. It's charity. It's going to take time. While we're having that back and forth, we are slated the 9th of March for the launch of the initiative. On the 5th of March, anybody who wants a copy of this, I can make it available to them. Mr. Dylan, who works for the platform that we're doing this in partnership with, sent an email informing us that they would no longer be part of the event. One, they will no longer be providing the support that they were supposed to provide, and they would be pulling out. The event was for the 9th. We were getting this email on the 5th. That's about 4 days to the event. Please, event planner, please, that box. This was the invite for the charity ball. We had over 200 copies of these sent to prominent Nigerians with what do they call it? Like a charger, something properly branded. If you look at it, you can see the name. Sorry, you can see the name of the company that we're in partnership with, boldly written there, and the Nedu Scholarship Foundation, Future Bright, also boldly written there. So please, event planner, 5 days to the event, we had to inform, that's the representative of the event planning company. We had to inform them that we had a problem. Our partners were not going to fulfill their own end of the bargain. We would not be able to pay them their balance of 40%. Bear in mind, we had already paid them 60%. There's proof of transfers and everything necessary. And that we needed them to figure out what we were going to do. Mr. Nedu was like, should I cancel? And I said, you can't cancel. We've already gathered people. People are coming in for this event. What we can do, though, is go ahead and see how we're going to figure it out. So we informed them. They immediately went to work and started adjusting the budget. Say, okay, anything we've not paid for, because in the email Mr. Dylan said, and I quote, he said, it would be prudent to refrain from releasing the remaining funds at this time. We understand this decision may come as a disappointment, considering the effort you have put into the event. Please know that this decision was not made lightly, and we are, just a minute, I want to read the part where he said, please go ahead and cut down on your budget for the event, and also go ahead to recover monies that you have spent from the various people you have given monies to, if possible, so that you can go ahead and finish the event. He said, if you can, look to cut any unnecessary elements of the event. We can avoid having outstanding payments and mitigate any potential risk associated with the event's success. Rest assured, this decision is not a reflection of the quality of your work or your contributions. We value your expertise and dedication, and we are confident that together we will navigate through this period. We will monitor the situation, and after the success of the event, we would have a clearer understanding of the outcome, and we can revisit the issue of releasing the remaining funds and discuss how to proceed in a mutual beneficial manner. That was the mail from Mr. Dylan. He's their Director of Social Impact. He sent us that. We did what we could to save the situation. We had the event at the Balmora. We have pictures, we have videos, we have celebrities that attended, we have press people that attended. The event was hard. People made some donations, people made pledges. Altogether, I think pledges and donations, pledges was about 18 to 19 million. Donations was about 4 million naira. 4.1 actual donations that night, but pledges came to about 19 million. So it was a successful event. We wrapped it up. We had auctions. Several notable Nigerians gave what they could. A fashion brand gave us clothes to auction. We got artwork that was auctioned, all in a bid to raise money to support this noble cause. After the event, we came back to the drawing table with this team and said, okay, we're not angry that you ditched us last minute and put his brand and his name at risk. We have handled and mitigated the situation. Thankfully, nobody knew that there were internal issues. The event has come, prominent Nigerians came. We have been able to get people to successfully pledge about 18 to 19 million. We have raised about 4 million. What do we do moving forward? Because we have outstanding bills to pay, and we also have these pledges that we need to follow up on and move forward. And that back and forth, we couldn't agree. We couldn't agree. So the first thing we did was, because we have a contract with the event planners, we paid them the sum of 4 million naira, which was, after all the running around, was what was outstanding, because it wasn't their fault. So we said, oh, from the donations, here's 4 million. Let's know that you're sorted while we try to sort ourselves out. We had several meetings, we had conversations, lawyers got involved, back and forth, till we couldn't salvage, we were not making any progress. And then they decided to write a petition to the Nigerian police. This petition was written on the 26th of June, 2024. If anybody needs a copy, we can provide a copy. So they went to the Nigerian police and petitioned the Nigerian police, and they invited us to come and discuss what the problem was. We honored the invitation. We provided all the information, all the evidence that we had. We had a 4 to 5 months back and forth with the police, with the police playing a sort of trying to see if they could resolve the matter. Right? The police also did their investigation, and at the end of the day, the police advised us to settle. Right? That they have looked at it, they said, is it possible you guys can settle, because this doesn't seem to be a problem that warrants criminal charges or all that. If you guys can settle, since there's a breakdown in communication, they are not comfortable with your pattern. They think it's too slow. They want accelerated results. You are informing them that you can't get accelerated results in Nigeria. Plus, we just suffered the increment in fuel, everybody change in economy and all that. So they said, can you guys settle? And we said, oh, we are open to settlement. What is the settlement? Their initial request was we should do videos to promote their brand. Mr. Nedu said, oh, well, if that doesn't solve the problem, we still have over 600 applicants that applied for this scholarship that are waiting for information on how and when the scholarship is going to happen. But if doing videos to promote your brand will bring you to the table so we can discuss what to do with these 600 applicants, fine. Later they came back and said no, they didn't want the videos anymore. They wanted a refund of 40 million. And he was like, that's not possible. The money was used for the event. Your team came to the event, duly represented. Monies were paid to people to do the job. They did the job. Where am I going to get 40 million to give you back? And they said, oh, that's their request. And we said, that's an impossible request. But it's fine. At this point, if you feel that you have a genuine case, please go to court. At the end of the day, that's the final person that we can all take our matters before. So we said, please feel free to go to court and we can trash it out there, right? So that was the last stand of everybody. We're waiting for, okay, when you go to court, we'll sort out our issues in court. Now, for the sake of clarity, right, I'd like to state that I don't know where Very Dark Man got his information from, but I'd like to state the following. One, Mr. Nedu did not commit any form of fraud or mismanagement of funds. Mr. Nedu did not handle any of the funds that was made available for this project. It wasn't paid to him. He did not see the money. The money was paid to us, the project managers. Thirdly, Mr. Nedu does not own the company Talking Drums. Talking Drums has been in existence for at least 15 years. If the Very Dark Man did a little bit of research, went to the CAC, he will find out that there are owners, there's a board that has nothing to do with Mr. Nedu. Talking Drums, as a management company, has not only managed Mr. Nedu and does not only manage Mr. Nedu, we have other clients, right? So, seeing our phone number and our contact on his bio is not an indication that he is the owner of the company. We provide management services to him. And in the course of that management services, we were in charge of a project, of his corporate social responsibility project. Everything that has to do with the expenditure on this project, the police has copies of bank account statements, payments that were made to vendors, contracts with vendors, conversations with vendors, all that. If anybody wants those documents, we can also still provide it for them. Now, the reason why Mr. Nedu did not take down those videos, and the reason why the social media handle for the project is still up, is because, even though it's been a year, and we're no longer accepting donations, is because he was of the faith and the belief that we could resolve the problem. He didn't see it as an impossible thing to resolve. It was like, I think we can still sit and resolve. I think we can still find a way around it, because I still believe that we can have these students benefit from this initiative. The idea was to send students to school. I still want to send those students to school. So that's why if you go on social media and you go on his page, you will still see the videos up there, the campaign videos. I would also like to clarify that he didn't pay Timaya, Casey, all those people to make videos to support the foundation. They are personal friends of his who understood what he was trying to do and said, let us support you. One, by making videos to let people know that this thing we're going to launch it, and then also encouraging them to donate. A certain part of the budget that was presented to the partner organization stated that we were going to pay content creators. Mr. Casey or Mr. Timaya is not a content creator. We were going to pay content creators honorarium of 500,000 to have them make videos, put the link in their bios for the donation drive as their way of supporting Mr. Nedu. So we would like the things to be clear. Now, the reason why that wasn't done was when they said we will not be moving forward, we'll not be providing more funds. We had to streamline and say, okay, the one that we've already announced, let's try and even just do that one. So if anybody needs clarity, information, documents to prove, to ascertain the true state of things, we are very more than open to providing those documents. Having said that, it has now become clear that this attack, because I see it as an attack against Mr. Nedu, is no longer dealing with petty personal issues. It's no longer dealing with, oh, he said that, I said that. It is now beginning to border on statements that are defamatory in character. So our lawyers will be taking action. Our lawyers, meaning lawyers of Talking Drums, will be taking action, and his own lawyers too will be taking action, because information going around that a person has committed fraud or a person has mismanaged funds is so damaging that we cannot turn the other cheek. It is damaging enough to affect someone of his caliber who goes on tours internationally, who has his information to protect. We will not want a situation where tomorrow he's about to go on tour and either a visa request or something is rejected because of statements that were made by an individual in a bid to get vengeance. Misplaced vengeance, I would say, but vengeance. So we will be taking it up legally. We will keep everybody informed as the legal proceedings move forward. I think based on this, we have shed light on the whole situation. If there are any questions, we are more than glad to answer them.
Thank you so much, sir. Please, thank you so much. Do we have questions? Anyone? Please show of hands so that we can pass the mic on. Please, you introduce yourself and you ask your question. Anyone?
Sorry.
Anyone? Questions?
Feel free.
Please
We don't have problems with being asked questions.
Don't be scared.
We have no problem on any matter.
Any matter, just ask
We
questions.
would like to provide clarity.
All right. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rise for the nation. So, like I said, any question, any angle. First of all, like you said earlier, that you feel like this is like a personal attack on Nedu. My question to him is, why do you think that these people want to attack you? Has there been like some kind of fights behind the scenes? And why would a couple of people from different same entertainment anyways with then different angles coming to attack you at this point?
Well, I don't know. I don't have issues with anybody. As you see me so, I don't get issue with anybody. The perfect example of follow peace with all men. That is who I am. Before now, you not get anybody where if you can open my TikTok say, Nedu do me this one, Nedu do me that one. I just did platform. They talk, doing my job. Maybe a guest must have said something that offended you, or some statement would have offended you. But that would have been something that you would have, personally reached out to me. Everybody that is on this case dragging, let me get it straight. Let me set the record straight. I have no issues with any one of them. Till now, I'm not holding grudges against anybody. So I'm not the any problem with John.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, I'll come to you. Yes, please, your name and...
Thank you very much. My name is Theophilus Silama from TVC News. I want to ask a question as regards Ugo Wokolo, who accused you of collecting 5 million naira to be on the show, and the fact that the topics you had to talk about were changed last minute, and also please just react to that for us.
Okay, so as we all know, the Honest Bunch platform has a package that allows you to come in as a sponsored guest. You're allowed to come and either promote a product, a brand, or a business. If you are familiar with their rate card, you would see that option is there. Mr. Wokolo reached out and said, I want to come on the platform as a paid guest. He was asked, what are you coming on to promote? And he said himself. And they said, okay, we will share with you a list of potential conversations that we're having in the next couple of weeks. You can decide what works for you. He decided, there are charts to prove this. I forgot to mention that we would also be picking up Mr. Wokolo's situation legally. There are charts to this where he decided that he wanted to talk about the topic he spoke about. And to further buttress that he wanted to speak about it, he shared an old TikTok video he had made about the topic before the interview, that he's already making content like this, and so this is the topic he wants to speak on. And they said, okay, we would also have another guest that will provide balance to the conversation. So we would put you with another guest. We don't have a problem with the topic you want to speak about. It's something we've had conversations about before, but we can continue the conversation. He came on the show with the other guest. His first complaint was, he thought he was going to be the only guest for that particular conversation. And they informed him, then it's not a balanced conversation. We can't have you just for 1 hour talking about how men should not see women as women should not see men as poverty elevation schemes. We need to balance it. So after it became a bit of an issue, Honest Bunch said, okay, because you were thinking you were going to be the only one, and now you're sharing the platform of the conversation with somebody else. To calm the situation, out of the money you paid for the sponsored appearance, a certain amount will be paid back to you, which will cover for the other guests. And he said, okay, that's fine. And they went ahead, recorded the episode. The episode was put out. And people, of course, have strong opinions, which is normal, about what he said. And a lot of people shared their opinions. I don't know, maybe he felt the reaction he got was not what he was expecting. I don't know. That's left for him to provide clarity. But he never even reached back to Mr. Nedu and say, oh, I'm upset, this happened and that happened. We all woke up and saw him on another platform alleging. The lawyers have reached out to him to ask him to begin the process of retraction, and if he's not going to retract, we will take it up and follow due process legally and sort that out. So that's the Mr. Wokolo situation.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Let me move over here.
Hi. My name is Dami from Pulse, Nigeria. So I think it's best for us to touch on the conversation or the relationship with VDM, because for the most part it birthed this entire thing. So I would like to know at what point that relationship went sour, and so.
Of that one, he never did. So I don't know where this whole thing is coming from. He never did. We talk. We talk when we talk, when we see. Let me add, we're not best of friends, but we talk when the need arises. So there is no, even the truth is, if you have my friends, this guy now your guy now, why not? I'm like, I don't know. And I'm still saying it here. I don't know. There was no, you know, say get relationship go reach, because this it don't go sour as you take talk. It not get where he reach. You know say get some kind of number where you just get now just when on a talk once in a while, like when I feel they like 2 months not talk, when I feel they like 1 month not talk, but when I talk. That was just it. No issues, nothing. That's all I have to say about that.
Thank you so much. Okay. All right.
Good afternoon. My name is Ifoma from New Telegraph. This morning, I happened to see the Very Dark Man video this morning. My husband was actually watching it. And I saw him giving instances on the accounts that were paid the charity money to. I saw a money point with your name. I don't know whether it was superimposed or, okay, we saw his name and he said they were paid directly to Nedu's account. It wasn't the account of the company. And please, can you clarify on that, shed more light on that?
Okay, so let me shed more light. The account that the money was paid to was a Money Point account, and it was opened as the Nedu Scholarship Foundation initiative, right? I was the one who supervised the opening of the account because the initiative was separate from Nedu as a person, right? Now, that day of the donations, like I said, because of the issues we had had and the fallout we had had, and then them abandoning us halfway, we had outstanding responsibilities. One of the responsibilities was to the event planner, right? So we decided to have donations that particular day, only that day of the event, sent to that account. Every other donation that was done before and after was done to the school account. That's the people we have the agreement with. The 4.1 million that was raised that day, 4 million was given to the event planners. There's proof of that. And we told them the reason why they got that money was we could not have a legal problem with them because they had done the service for which we hired them. So even if we're having problems with our partners, they can't be dragged into it. So we paid them to sort it out. The 100,000 that was on it, we also paid, I think, somebody that did a performance because we had to cancel some of the high-profile performance we had lined up when they said, "Oh, we're not going to continue funding the campaign and the event," right? So all that was provided to the police. At no point, and I say it, at no point did Mr. Nedu receive any money personally into his account on behalf of the foundation, right? People were giving the Nigerian account for the school, and they were giving the link for the school. So at no point did he come out and solicit and say, "Send me money," right? Send money to my account. If you go to the social media handle, you still see that the link that is there leads to the website of the school, and that's where all the payment details and everything is. There's a video on his page that also says, "You're not sending me the money. Send the money to so and so place. They are the ones that will provide the scholarship. All I'm just doing is using my platform and using my followers to raise money for this initiative." And it's because of this kind of situation, he was very clear that I do not want the money to run through my account. And it's why he also insisted my management company would project manage this. I am not going to be directly involved. Anything that you people, both the management company and the partners tell me is what I'm going to do. So it's why I said the information is out there. But when your intent is to misrepresent, of course, you won't do due diligence.
All right, thank you so much. So let's move on.
Good afternoon, everyone. Najiti from Max FM. Speaking about your legacy in terms of helping students and this dispute, how does this apply to the students who may have applied? I would like you to clarify if there are students who have applied for the scholarship, and how do you want to move forward with the dispute happening?
Okay, so we had at least over 600 students who had filled their application form, right, and submitted their details to our partners, and we were supposed to, from that 600, start picking those that were eligible. But because of this fight, everything came to a stop. Even the donors that pledged that we were supposed to follow up on, we have not followed up on any donor. right? Because we're trying to resolve the issue. Is why when also things kept dragging, because for him, it's something he's passionate about. It's something he has been doing individually, just help people out of his pockets and everything. So he said, can we find a solution? Can we agree on something? And it's why we had several conversations that led nowhere, right? We couldn't find a middle ground. Even when it got to the police, we still tried to find a middle ground because he was concerned about the students that had applied, and he wanted to see, even if it's just 10 students we can start with, can we even just start with the 10? If the money we've raised can only do 10 people, let's start with that, and then subsequently we can continue raising more money. And it's also why he has never come out to say anything about the project, because he didn't want to, in case we're able to finally settle, he didn't want to have put a negative light around the project. So this is the first time that we are coming out to actually talk about, since June we've been having this issue back and forth.
Thank you so much, Ms. Fassi.
Good afternoon. My name is Kelly. I write for the Punch. I wanted to address some of these allegations, sexual allegations. The judge of Lily, VDM said you told him about some alleged sexual relations with some popular, individuals, females in the industry.
Okay, for the sake of clarity, we do not address gossip. We do not address unfounded statements. We do not address hearsay. It is part of Mr. Nedu's job as a host to interact with people from different walks of life, right? He will not explain his interaction, his relationship with every single person. He doesn't owe anybody that explanation. Now, I also understand for the lady in question, we sympathize with her, that her name was dragged into this. She had reached out and requested that we put out a statement that Mr. Nedu has nothing to do with her. And we informed her that we don't respond to such things. If we were to keep responding, we will never stop responding. Because this is not the first time we've had, this one said, that one said, and everything.
Shebi, they also say my ex-wife, they beat me. I don't go come talk that.
So that's the thing. It is the price that you pay for being in the limelight. Talks are normal. You have to realize that if you're a public figure, you will hear unsavory things about yourself, and it's left to you to decide how you address it or interact with it. In our case, we don't bother. It's grapevine.
So you know that one, say they follow people wife. Sorry.
It's grapevine conversation. We don't fuel it. We don't talk about it. We don't. If it's something that's worthy of being addressed, like this is worthy of being addressed, because it's you're dealing with something that has criminal connotations. We will address it. But I heard that you said, or you said to me that, no, come on, we're too old for that. He's been in the business for almost 20 years. That's kindergarten talk, please.
Thank you.
My question is like a follow-up question to my boss' question. So I want to know, at the beginning of the whole discussion about the funding and the package for the scholarship, was there a discussion that an account is going to be created separately for the package, for the program? And my second question is to Mr. Nedu himself. You are the one that had a personal discussion with this person. Were you kind of suspecting anything from the start to...
Baba, I tell you, I not suspect anything. The guy was like, he don't meet, I don't want to call names of artists. When he had 3 artists, A-list artists. that he had spoken to. Okay, sorry, it wouldn't have done. 3 major A-list artists that he had spoken to for the thing. Those, according to him, now what he tell me, but they bill am money. You have to pay this one. But me now, if you follow me on radio, you will know that this is what I do on a norm. I have people I'm paying school fees for. I have people I pay hospital bills for. I have people I pay house rent for. That nobody knows is what I do on a norm. So when he now brought it up, I was like, man, it didn't go good though. It's something that I do already. We're just going to do it in a larger scale. I didn't for one day suspect that this person will come back. I didn't. And that is part of the lessons that I've learned in my life in these past few days. I will say it later.
Okay, so as regards your question, so okay, when we started this work with this particular company, if we share the conversations, they don't partner with individuals, they partner with charities or initiatives or NGOs. So one of the jobs that they gave us was that we need to scale up what Mr. Nedu is doing and have it as an initiative or an NGO, so that they are not dealing with him as a person, which is why the name of his foundation is the Nedu Scholarship Foundation Initiative, meaning that what we do in the foundation or initiative is give out scholarships in partnership with them. We raise money and then people benefit from scholarships in partnership with them. So as an initiative or as an NGO, once you start the process of setting it up, obviously you now need to have your own accounts and all that. That account didn't come into play until we realized that we were left in the middle of the sea and we were indebted to vendors that we had brought on board for the project. Because the agreement was we will fund the activities of the foundation initiative. It will raise money for scholarship, and the scholarship will be given to students. That was the agreement. We have that gentleman's agreement clearly written out in a text exchange between Mr. Nedu and the other gentleman. They both agreed, and he stated this is not an unusual thing, we do it all the time. So it is why once the money that was raised was sufficient to cover the bills that we had outstanding, we stopped receiving any more donations. And we told them, let's sit at a table, agree, then we can now move forward to collect the pledges that people have pledged. We had somebody that pledged 10 million. We haven't collected 1 naira from him. He's not dead, he's alive. We told him, please hold on, let's resolve this problem, our problem, then we'll come back to you. So that way, this your 10 million will go to somebody who desperately needs it, right? So that's how that account came into being. Or else we would have been sued by the event planner, who also had vendors working for her that she needed, our company needed to pay. Right? So we said, let's sort you out, ma'am, because you're not the problem in this situation. You have done your job. Both of us have a legal relationship. We hired you to do a job. You gave us a service agreement. We signed the service agreement. And the service agreement has its terms and conditions. So to not have a situation where we have several legal issues, let's be done with you, and then we can have conversations with our partners to salvage. So if our partners had not woken up on the 5th of March, 4 days before the launch of the initiative, to pull out, this whole situation would never have occurred. We would have just gone on, done the event, and continued with our raising of funds.
Thank you so much. We'll take one more after this and then we'll wrap up. Thank you.
My name is Juliet Ibiri. I write for Vanguard. My question is regarding your decision to step away from the podcast. Is it temporary or is it permanent? Is it maybe just a break while things simmer down? And if not, what's your next move?
Now my boy don't define. Actually, see, just leave am. No comment for now. On that part, no comment. The mono talk. Just leave am for now.
Thank you so much. The last question.
When are we going to see Nedu on the Honest Bunch?
For Mr. Nedu, it's the Honest Bunch is not just a random platform. As he has said, he was part of the initiation when the idea was being birthed to create this platform where people could have honest, hard conversations. He was part of the group of people that said, let's do it, right? Glitch also being another partner. So they are the production company that produces the Honest Bunch. So the day-to-day recording and all that of the Honest Bunch is the responsibility of Glitch, right? Please, can somebody just help me? Somebody else comes and says whatever it is they say. Hopefully this time you will address the person or you address their opinion and not go on a personal attack spree. Because if I wasn't in the picture, who would you attack? Would you not respond to whatever was said? And if you didn't want to respond, which is also your choice, you could just ignore. Silence in itself is also a statement, right? So you have that option, ignore, or do a rebuttal, or on your platform, explain your own side. For you not to do that and expect that, oh, why would Mr. Nedu be there and you call me your friend and they're saying things about me and you're not shutting it down? That fundamentally points to part of the problems that is wrong with us in Nigeria. It's entitlement. You're expecting me to use my position to benefit you. What about the other person that has something to say? How many people am I going to use my position to continue to protect or benefit? So that's why he stepped away from the Honest Bunch. We want to maintain the sanctity of the Honest Bunch. We want to protect the Honest Bunch. We want it to continue to thrive. If you read his statement, he wrote it there, said, let it thrive, let it continue, let the conversations continue. You may not be a fan, and that's fine. But there are people that it has provided some sort of relief for. There are people that have learned things from the platform. So we're not going to kill it because you're not happy with what somebody on the platform said about you. That's not going to happen. So if I'm the problem and you think that you want to use personal attacks, personal information about me to discredit the platform, I'm no longer on the platform. What's next?
All right, thank you so much. Let's have someone else.
So I'm a bit disappointed that you have refused to respond to the allegations that VDM made. You said that they were not important, but you've also said that they were important enough for Nedu to leave the Honest Bunch podcast, to resign from his position. So I'm a bit disappointed about that. And I was going to ask, do you regret bringing D1 to your show and allowing him to speak so freely?
First off, the other one, what you talk, I don't forget. You say, okay, you did disappointed, say, okay, the Jojo of Lele own. Okay. Like, Baba, you know how many years I don't do this thing? You know how many years I don't do industry? Now, Baba, go ask, go, in case you don't aware. This is going to 20 years. I have had attacks. I have had people call me names. I have had people say, you they sleep with people's wife. I never see one. I wish, at least, there's no, I'm just saying, there's nothing like that. I've had people call me weird names. But bro, not everything when person talk, you go reply. One thing I've learned as a broadcast journalist is that what you fan is what you make continue. If you don't, there's no point. All these things are just hearsay. He said, she said, he said, she said. Where's the proof? I cannot. Baba, no. And you say whether I regret bringing the one. No, I don't. Everybody is entitled to an opinion and to the platform. If you wait there won't come the platform, you will come. It's for anybody and everybody. Do you realize that same platform, people's lives have changed from that same platform? Some people will look at you and tell you, oh, this episode, oh, that episode, this episode, oh, I love this, oh, I love that. So, he aired his opinion. Do I support the opinion? No. It's his opinion. It's not my opinion. I didn't, no. So, Baba, I don't answer you, Abi. But, this guy.
So sorry, I just remembered Lucky Udu, so I'm like, yeah, I need to ask a Lucky Udu question, because I know that he made some very interesting, strange claims, you know, as regards your conversation, having him on the podcast. So I'd like you to be air, so we're just sure of what.
On that one. No, I will. It is sad. Okay, you asked about. I'm not going to mention his name, but you asked. It is quite sad that someone on whose behalf I was asked to help, you know, decided to go the way he did. Somebody called me. In fact, Apollo. Most content creators know Apollo. He's the one that called me and said, bro, this guy matter way people they do this one way. This is my issue way in get with another content creator. Say, Baba, I beg, interview him, help him. Now I say, okay, if he's going to come, let him come with the person he has, because the glitch had already invited that other person. That's okay, since that one is coming, let him come too, so that face to face they sort whatever issues they have. Okay, you say your own. No one will go wrong. You say your own. Do you get me? And he said no. And I was like, okay, get notes. I don't have his number. It was Apollo that called me, stayed on the call, and added him on the call. We've never talked before. We've never had a conversation ever before. So after he said he doesn't want to be on the same platform with the guy, I said, okay, no problem. Let us share the grace. And everybody share grace. I was shocked to see that. I had to even call Apollo. I'm like, guy, if not be say I want to help you, what thing will bring this thing? Now you cause this thing. So that's it. Have I answered your question? Good.
All right, thank you so much. This is the last question. Any minute from now. All right.
Gentlemen of the press, my name is Temi Bayadi. I work with HIP TV. I'd like to ask, you said so much about different people and different allegations and all that. But I'd like to ask, Cyberboard also had a lot to say, sharing DMs and all those things, accusing you of creating clickbaits, adding videos together. I mean, from the part of Glitch Africa, yeah. Yes. Yeah. Okay. But then she had conversations with you via her DM, according to her.
There was a situation with, now if you are familiar with content creators, a lot of them have Facebook handlers because there's a point it grows to that you cannot directly manage all your platforms. So in Mr. Nedu's case, we have a Facebook handler. The only platform Mr. Nedu can be found on, which has now also changed, is Instagram. He has even handed over his Instagram at this point. Instagram was the only place. So normally when you call management and you have a personal problem, we would always tell you, if it's personal, send Mr. Nedu a DM. Because chances are he would be the one to reply you. If it's business, we can talk, we can respond. Now the Facebook handler, overzealous, right, put out the content and put a headline that was inflammatory to her. She reached out to Mr. Nedu and told him, oh, this is what I saw on your Facebook. And immediately he reached out and said, something is going on with my Facebook. I don't know what's happening. Why is he using this kind of headlines? And we immediately said, Facebook handler, what's going on? He said, oh, you know, traffic, people will click on it and all that. Well, like, as much as we appreciate the traffic, this traffic you want to give us is bringing problems. So we took down the headlines. He immediately went back to Cyberboard and apologized. The chat is there where he explained to her, I'm so sorry, it's my Facebook handler, please don't be angry. They had the conversation to the point where she said, I have forgiven you. It's no longer a problem. I understand. She was the one who provided the evidence. So if you go to her conversation, you will see where she said, I have forgiven you, I don't hold it against you, I understand. And immediately, we decided to switch our Facebook handler because it was an error that we were not comfortable with. And since then, we've not had any of those kind of issues. The one thing with Mr. Nedu, and it's not because I manage him, if he's wrong, he's the first person to say, I'm sorry. If he's wrong, he's not a person to stand his ground and say, even though I'm wrong, I'm still going to insist. Do you know who I am? He's the first person to say, I am sorry. He has said, I'm sorry to people that even we are like, why are you apologizing to this person? He was like, what? Let's just fix it and keep it moving, right? So, yeah, even Mr. Wokolo, the model, he was a fan that reached out in the DM and said, I'm a fan. Would you be open to give me an opportunity to work on your set? And he said, okay, you can come around one of these days. He came around, he sent a message where he said, thank you for having me. I learned so much. I'm going for a competition. When I'm back, I'll stay in touch. He came back, he reached out and said, oh, I'm back, I won. He said, congratulations.
You know that the part of the competition, the Korea, where if they go the competition, now you tell me say you want to go competition, say make I post them. He post home here. Oh, win here. You know, the chats are here.
So that's how the relationship was built. So when he said, oh, I'm trying to amplify, I'm trying to build a brand, I would like to come on the platform. He immediately, the messages are in the production group where he forwarded it to the production and said, somebody wants to come on, it's a paid appearance and all that. And the group said, oh, what does he want to talk about? And which is the normal process, right? And everything. So Mr. Ali is the first person to say, I'm sorry, oh, I goofed, sorry, no vex. So for the Cyberboard John, before now, then it was trashed, she was apologized to. The Facebook handler was taking off his managing his platform, and we've not had such situations. We're not saying he's a saint. He makes mistakes. He's human, right? the definition of you being a solid human being is your ability to apologize when you're wrong. Say, I'm sorry, I am wrong. Right? So that's it.
Thank you, everyone. It's been a wonderful time. I know a lot of people still have questions, but we can't take all the questions. So, and if you watch, this is not a...
Let me just say one last thing. It will not knock. For everybody that knows me, see, I'm going to say it. Some of them are watching live now. They know. I am the perfect example of follow peace with all men. That is who I am. Even when you hit me, I will still hail you. As long as it finish, everybody going on. My life is a life of adding value to people. If whatever I'm doing is not going to add value, I don't do it. It translates to the podcast where we bring people to teach things, where you learn something off of it. It also translates to me on radio. Our backyard is what I do on radio. What we do, what they do for radio past what they do online. No? Let me say it in case you don't aware. I help married women where them they beat for house the way they did beat me that time. Come out. No, now stop now, I'm serious. I help married women come out. I help rape victims, people that they have raped. They report, oh, Oga do call help us. Nobody feel help us. That is my fight. People where they hospital, oh, my pikin won't do operation, will not get money. Ibrahim is here. He's here. He's one of them. I cannot count how many that is on the list. She knows that we're helping. So my life is value. So whatever you are hearing, believe what you want to believe. But those that know me well. And I will say something. My management here said something. I don't handle my Facebook. And from all this, from all this, Instagram says, I don't want it again. I'm not handling it again. That does not mean I'm not going to be creating content. I'm creating content, mad ones. But if you send me DM, sorry, I won't see it again. Not be media handler. Yes, regular. No, I don't want. Let me tell you why. Because she always complains. Her fight with me every time is, Nedu, you are too nice. That is her fight with me all the time. You're too nice, you're too nice. But let me tell you something. You see, that nice part of Nedu is dead. Yes, I'm going to say it. The nice part of Nedu is dead and buried. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm going to be a good man. But I'm not going to be nice to anybody again. And I'm unreachable now. You can't reach me no more. I was too accessible. I was too accessible and I was used by a lot of people. No more will I be accessible. If you think you have my number, think again. No, I'm serious. Sorry I'm saying this thing, Sarah. I know you did not want me to say this. If you have my number, you just delete it. Because I am done being nice. Oh, can you do help me? Come help me blow my song. Even the ones where you go do radio promo for. When they go come and say, he not doing the way we are supposed, he chop my money, he do this. I am done. But sorry. No, I'm serious. No, maybe not the done. I make it okay, the voice. Anyway, I go light up now. Maybe I go bring Sister Nkechi voice. The truth is, I am tired of being used and abused by people that I call friends. I'm tired of you talking to somebody because you're a nice person and the person is recording your conversation to use it against you someday when you are talking to the person from a clean heart. I am done. You see, the people that are my people right now, they know themselves. And those are the ones that are going to remain being my people. Like I said, if you have my number, delete it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. Don't. In fact, thank God my DM, I'm not going to see him again. Where you want to see me, I don't go out. If it's a past production at my house, that's all. He knows. They know. I'm not Bahosi. I'm not in the Boski. I am who God says I am. I'm a child of God and I serve God. I'm an Igbo boy from Monkano, from Isigu Walker in Enugu State. I don't hurt anybody and I would never hurt anybody. If maybe something where I talk don't hurt you personally, by bara means forgive. Yeah? Forgive. Where I don't know if something I have said anywhere must have offended you, I apologize. Forgive me. But you see, from today, that's all. I love all of you, and to all my followers and the fans, you guys have been so worried. Thank you for the love. So one sent that message. She told me, one day cried, wait, now woman, where is the joy? Head is in the hospital. I'm not in the hospital. I did. Thank you to all of you that have stuck with me. Most of you that know me, I'm like, I know Nedu. Thank you. For those of you that know me and did not say anything, thank you. I understand. I understand. Trust me. And for those of you that know me, but Piboya, put fire, Piboya, kill him, die. Thank you too. I forgive everybody and I love everybody. Thank you very much.